All right, guys, welcome here. I am very, very stoked to be here with you. Give me a little yes if you're here in the chat box there. All right, all right, okay. Well, thanks for being here. Very excited to walk you through this masterclass. This is the culmination of, oh, geez, years and years and years of trying to make this work on my own. And so let's get through what works, why it works, and how you can do it on your own. This masterclass titled How to Get Paid While Traveling the World Without Having to Hire Staff, Burn Through Your Savings, or even know a lick about technology. So welcome again. This is Dane Hominick, and this is what we're going to go through. And let's get right into it. It's going to be very, very full, and I'm going to somewhat speak quickly because I'm trying to get through a lot, and I really value your time, and so I want to really load you up here with as much as I can in our time together. So who is this masterclass for? My goal for this presentation is to help two types of people. First, it's for the journoers, which is you, with zero experience in working online. If you're an absolute beginner, you've never tried this or even thought about trying this on your own, I know that you will love this. And then secondly, for our journoers who have tried something in the past, you've tried a remote work or create an online business or something, or even have something on the go but are feeling stuck, looking to improve, whatever it might be, you're also going to get a lot out of this as well. My goal from this masterclass is one, to prove to you that the only way to extra income and easy retirement and unlimited travel is through remote work, especially if you want those things all together, right? Tough to do it otherwise. And then secondly, to give you the exact three-phase process, I will lay this out for you, that anyone can follow to become wildly successful with remote work, which will almost instantly have people lined up to hand you money. I know that this is very large goals, which is why we got a lot to get through, but we're going to do it. Okay, next up, if you stay until the end, I have something for you, okay? Again, really value your time. And so we've put together a couple of little bonuses for you if you stick around with us. First, you will get the Picking Your Path workbook, which, as you'll see very soon, makes the tough decisions on where to start a piece of cake. And that really matters, which, again, I'll go through shortly. Also, we have the remote work tech stack for you. So this is every tool that we use to run our business and are the keys to making the tech stuff, like the hard stuff, a walk in the park. Like I run an online business, and my God, if it wasn't for these tools, I'd be out to lunch. This stuff is really, really, really powerful and makes things really, really, really easy. So this document, this tech stack will give you all the tools that we use. It's pretty great. Now, I'm sure that this is probably not your first rodeo. This isn't your first webinar. And I really want you to know that if you failed at creating a successful side hustle in the past, whether it be starting your own business or if it was freelancing, it's not your fault. There's so much information out there that it can be super confusing. And then many times what happens, that information leads to information overload, and then that keeps you from doing anything. It keeps you from success. And then even worse, sometimes the information is misleading. It's just not even helpful, sending you down the wrong avenues. So if you've tried before, it's totally fine. It's okay. It's really not your fault. I want you to know, though, that you can do this. I like, there's no doubt in my mind that everyone on this webinar can do this. So if you've been convinced in the past that you just can't succeed at remote work, I want to put those fears to rest now. Your past does not dictate your future. I guarantee you can do this. You just need the right person to explain it to you, and I'm hoping that I will get a long way there today. Now, we got to ignore the naysayers. The sad fact about us humans is that we can be what I call good-hearted naysayers. You know, these are your friends, family, other people that you know who, although they might truly love you, they do truly love you, they subconsciously don't want you to succeed in living the life of your dreams because it puts a big fat mirror right in front of them and forces them to acknowledge the fact that they're probably not living their dreams either. You know, there's a lot of cognitive biases that can probably explain this kind of thing: herd mentality, confirmation bias, status quo bias. You know, we just have to, when we're doing this kind of thing, ignore the people who might say negative or little quirks or whatever it is about us doing this. Ignore it, stick with it. And I guarantee you'll prove to them that you were right all along. Okay. So don't get pulled off track by anyone else. You can do this. Now, if you've ever thought that the government and the banks actually want you to fail, you're probably right. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but the simple truth is that they don't want you to succeed. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that what we actually care about is your success, and we truly want to see you living your dreams. So just imagine, I know you have a dream to travel more, to eliminate debt, to make a dent in the universe, to live a much more worry-free life, right? And I want to show you how to make that happen during this masterclass today. So again, I'm Dane Hominick, and I'm assuming that as a journaler, you have an idea who I am, but you still may be wondering why I'm qualified to teach about how to nail it with remote work. And that's, cheers to you. That's some healthy skepticism if you've been thinking that. Nowadays it's good to have that skepticism, but you really can trust me. And here's the speedy version of why. Now, it all started with a Scottish breakfast almost 10 years ago as a fresh college grad. And before the ink on that diploma was even dry, I'm off to Australia on a 2-month road trip with a couple buds. We're super broke, pinching pennies, and being part Scottish considered it a Scottish breakfast when our hostel started serving $2 beers at 10 a.m. God bless Australia. And it was over those beers that morning that I had an idea for an app. Okay, that's why I remember this whole scene. I had an idea for an app, and the boys seemed to dig it too, but I knew nothing of making apps, so I let the thought float away as quickly as it appeared. The trip went on to become an unforgettable adventure, but I had this looming anxiety about having to get into a full-time career when I got home. It wasn't about the work. I'd had 3 jobs since I was 16. I don't mind work. What stressed me out was having to clock in and trade 50 weeks of my year for 2 like I was just experiencing in Oz. It just didn't seem fair, right? I mean, crunch the numbers. Let's say that I was lucky enough to get 4 to 6 weeks of holiday a year. I mean, yeah, right. Like you're never going to start with that. But let's just say that was the case. That's still over 90% of my life working. Whoa, that, my friend, is what they call working to live. And it's what we've been told our entire lives that we're supposed to do. But that road trip solidified for me the fact that I didn't want a regular job, if that's what that meant. I didn't want a safe job, if that's what that meant. I didn't want to work my tail off for 30, 40 years, build a pension, and then see the world. I was terrified of that path, and I can feel it in my gut on that trip. I wanted more. And you're on this masterclass, and I think you can agree. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to meet all sorts of interesting people from different cultures with totally different beliefs, eat the best food, drink the craziest cocktails on earth. I wanted to live, damn it, right? But then I quickly discovered that I had a whopper of an issue. Can you guess? Yeah, I had no flipping idea how to make money in a way that let me run my own schedule and then travel as much as I damn well pleased. And that's when it became abundantly clear. The only thing that can grant this kind of freedom is the internet, right? But I had no idea how to go about that. Hell, I had a religious studies degree, and there I was back at home Googling how to make money online. Can you say rabbit hole? Oh, geez. Probably not the best thing to Google. I was like so much more confused than before I started. But somehow that same Scottish breakfast app idea floated back in. You know, the App Store was pretty new at the time, so there wasn't much information on how to make an app. But just as confused, I decided to dive in and give it a shot nonetheless. So I'm moonlighting as a bartender to pay my bills, put every dollar left over into this app. And when I finally launched, guess how it did, right? Miserably. real bad. I put tens of thousands of dollars into it. I'm not kidding. I'd flipped a couple houses prior to that. I had this money put aside, and I put it into this venture and all my savings. And it was a total dud, like a total dud. And I felt like a complete failure. I mean, it just was a horrible time, but I stayed committed to the dream, and I tried again. But this time I came at it from a completely different strategy. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel and create a grandiose app that had never been done before, I made something I knew people were already looking for, and then I made it better. And thank the good Lord, it worked. The very next app started to make a couple $100 a month. Nothing crazy. But then I repeated the process, the same process that you're going to learn today, And that can be applied to any business, not just apps. And then soon enough, I had generated over 10 million downloads in that one account. And since then, we've built and sold multiple companies, all from my laptop, with from dozens of different countries in the world, mostly, as you may have heard in some of the emails, but mostly from our sailboat in the islands. Purchasing and living on Sea Otter in the Caribbean for the last 4 years was truly a dream come true. It was everything. It was amazing. We sailed dozens of islands, covering thousands of miles, had friends aboard, fam aboard, experienced the most stunning sights, swam with sharks and dolphins, and most importantly, we raised our baby girl, Isla, at sea. Which was such a cool experience. In that last pic there on the right was her taking her first steps on the dinghy dock at Leverick Bay. I'm beaming when I when I talk about my kids, and that was in the British Virgin Islands, which is pretty cool. It was just super incredible. But this is the thing, and the reason I bring it up is that this would never ever have been possible if I didn't try to work remotely. Okay, if I didn't figure out what I'm about to show you, none of this would have been possible. Now, you might not care about living on a sailboat. You might not want to be in the app business, but that, my friend, is the absolute beauty of remote work. The fact that each of us gets a blank canvas, the type of gig you run with and the type of lifestyle you use it to fund, they're completely up to you. Completely up to you. Imagine what your life will be like after you know how to make money from nothing but your laptop in your underwear, if that's your jam. Yeah, it's going to be incredible. Can you see yourself opening up shop on the hotel balcony, overlooking the ocean and doing a little work before heading out to explore town? Yeah, for a while there, I was booking these cheap ocean suites at a place outside of Puerto Vallarta, and I would book them at 2 weeks at a time, and all their units are ocean facing, and I would just wake up, do a little work on the balcony, and then go explore. I mean, these are the things that remote work grants, right? You're making your money on the internet. Can you imagine how freeing it will feel to run your own schedule, answering to no one but yourself, except probably your spouse if you got one? There's always that, right? There's a joke for sailing that although the man oftentimes will be the captain, he usually has to check with the admiral on what's going on here, which is the wife. So yeah, back to this. I bet you want to see the world. I bet you want to pay your bills and put money away while working from a beach chair in paradise. It all sounds pretty amazing. Well, I'm excited to tell you that we've created something to help you do just that. Now, earnings disclaimer. You are not going to turn around after this masterclass and immediately make 6 or 7 figures. You're not. At first, I didn't. I just wanted to cover some bills. And then, started making a little bit of money. And then, the dream grew. I wanted to buy a sailboat. I hustled hard for that and then made it happen, right? This is not a get rich quick. I do not believe in get rich quick. This is not what that is. This is not handed to you. This is for people who are serious, because like everything, you get out what you put in. What we really, really work hard to do is to make the runway as short as possible for you to get to point B, for you to get there where you're living that lifestyle already. That's what we work hard to do, but it takes work. Of course it takes work. And if you're looking for something different, then please, this is not the masterclass for you. This is not for you. But if you understand that, then, let's keep going. Let's talk about the 3 secrets. So this is what we're going to cover in the next 30 minutes or so. And I'm going to try to speed up here a little bit. So secret number 1 is the only 2 paths to remote work. Secret 2, experience and tech skills are not required. Secret number 3, how to get people lined up to pay you. Okay. Secret number 1, the only 2 paths to remote work. So technology has not only allowed us to escape the 9 to 5 and work from our laptops or our phones, it's also put the business world at our fingertips, okay? Anywhere in the planet. So let's first think about it from the point of view of a new business owner. Okay, nowadays, you no longer need to fork up hefty lease payments on a 3-year term to rent a storefront in a busy part of town with lots of foot traffic in the hopes of getting enough sales to pay back your loans and turn a profit. You just don't. I mean, that was the case for a long, long time. You forget that path. Or To hire an employee nowadays as a business owner, you don't have to expend as many resources giving in-person interviews. And most importantly, you no longer need to limit your company to the talent pool of the local area. So like us at Journo, we keep a small team of 6, all of which are completely remote, and everybody really enjoys that, right? That's just the way it goes nowadays. Now, look at it from the employee's side of it. To get a new job, you no longer have to drive around town, handing off resumes, taking in-person interviews, asking, is the manager in? And your opportunities are literally endless because once you decide to work from your laptop, a gazillion great paying jobs are now available to you. Like, it opens the doors to everything. And lastly, let's think about it from the shoppers, from the buyer's standpoint. Gone are the days of having to drive around town, find parking, and visit numerous stores looking for the one thing you need. In a city like Winnipeg, where it's freeze your knackers off cold for 4 months straight, ain't nobody want to pass up buying online to trek around in the ice cold. Like, forget it. So as you can see, remote work is a win-win-win for both the new business, the freelancers, and customers of every kind. But here's the rub, okay? Because of the seemingly endlessness of remote work opportunities available to you, most often people get confused with where to start. They need to know which opportunities are here for the long haul, which are ideal for their lifestyle and their tastes. They quickly get overwhelmed, and if they don't start jumping from one shiny object to another, they flat out quit. We don't take this lightly. And this is why we bring this up. We don't take this lightly because where you decide to start matters. So to help, we've created a simple litmus test for knowing without a shadow of doubt which is the best place for you to start. Now let's go through that right now. So these are the paths. Path 1 is get hired. Positives, quicker path to earning money. So you get paid quicker. The opportunities we have chosen out there, the opportunities out there that, we can tell you about, have lots of work available. So you should be able to get a gig rather soon. Your wage is generally in proportion to your knowledge of the work. With tips we get, you can obviously heighten that raise. So your wage will rise, though, as you continue to hone your skills. So that's good. You decide the amount of time you want to work by taking on only as much as you want, and then you leave it inside the laptop. Once your work is done, you can close your computer, leave it all inside, and not give it a second thought until your next shift. Okay, those are a lot of the positives with getting hired, with freelancing. The negatives, it's time for money. So you work an hour, you're paid for an hour. Although you pick the number of hours, your employer might ask you to work at least a few specific hours of the day for overlap. And you need to be available for your employer and will ultimately answer to them. Also, there will be a limit to the amount a certain gig can make you per hour, although for the gigs that we can share with you, this still, even the starting rate can be pretty high. And then some positions can be transient. So short-term contracts are not uncommon in specific gigs. So all in all, like, we really do love the get hired opportunities, which is why we talk about them. So for some people, it's just the right move. They don't want to start their own thing. They want to get hired. So next is the other path, and that is create your own online business. So these opportunities are for those of you looking to create something more substantial, something that will grow over time, and then perhaps you can even sell one day. Most likely you can sell that one day. Positives, because you're building an asset, right? So positives, you will make money 24/7. Yeah, even as you sleep, you can be accepting payments. You wake up to that inbox money. It's pretty great. There is no limit to your earnings potential. So every opportunity that we can share with you, or you find them yourself, they make a lot of people a lot of money each year, and each is scalable in one form or another. Okay, you might start small, but then you're able to drive traffic, scale it in different ways. Earning potential is really, really high up there. You'll be building a sellable asset. Okay, like we just mentioned, and you decide the amount of time you want to put in, which is on no one's schedule but your own. So there's no one saying you have to work at this time or that time. And then time spent can pay off exponentially. So based on the fact that what you're creating will be open for business all day and night, every hour you put in now can produce recurring passive income over time. Okay. Now there's negatives, of course. There's trade-offs for everything in life. So due to the more preliminary work with starting your own business, it's most often a slower start to making money than the getting hired route. And sometimes can require a small amount of capital to get rolling, but that depends on which opportunity you choose. Most actually don't require any, and the ones that we recommend literally don't require much at all, if anything, which is pretty incredible. You just use tools out there that are free. Also, it's much harder to turn off this kind of work for the day. It's the life work balancing act is harder when you're running your own business. And you will have to wear multiple hats. So starting an online business will require you to be CEO, marketer, bookkeeper, and anything else that you need to tend to. So as you know from my story, starting an online biz was the path that I chose, and the payoff can be great for anyone willing to put in a bit more time and effort than the getting hired path. I know that's a lot to mull over, and we'll dive deeper into helping you decide right now. So don't worry. But again, don't sweat this. This isn't something that you need to decide immediately. I want to lay this out so you have an idea. So strategies for choosing your path. Okay, so there are, these two paths. You need to decide which one fits in your life so that when the time comes to put on the blinders and then go deep into that one opportunity, you've chosen right and you won't second guess or jump ship. So strategy number one, you go deep into getting hired. So if you just straight up know right now, you're not the kind of person who wants to start their own business, then getting getting a freelance gig is for you, because you can essentially focus solely on doing work for others and then getting compensated well for that time. Most remote workers, this is the path that they take, and it is a great strategy for a lot of people. Strategy two is that you go deep into creating your own online business. So if you're looking to be your own boss with everything that entails, this is the path for you. And then going deep and focusing on your one specific business opportunity at the exclusion of all others will get you to your goals a lot faster. So this path is great if you aren't in as much of a rush to start earning income. And when you do start bringing it in, you have lofty goals for what you want out of remote work. So even though you'll have many different hats to wear, for those willing to do it, the payoff far exceeds the lead up and the work you had to put in. Now, strategy three is the safety net method. And this is usually where we recommend to start, depending on whether or not you need a little cash sooner. So some people believe that entrepreneurship, creating your own business is an art that requires creativity to solve problems in a new and unique way. And that the only way to give yourself the space to be truly creative, to create this novel idea, is to have a safety net protecting you. Now, I understand the creativity part of it, but I wouldn't go this far, especially considering that the opportunities that we recommend for creating your own business do not require this type of creativity to be successful at the gate. They do not. In fact, it can somewhat hinder your initial progress, which is counterintuitive, but that's probably why it works, right? But the strategy, this safety net strategy is valid for another reason, and that's that it buys you time. So what I mean by this is that if you have a financial safety net already in place, so i.e. a job, then keep it. Keep that job as you hustle to become successful with remote work alone. And then you just fire your boss, you're doing this solely. Or if you do not currently have a job paying the bills and you need some scratch, then it's not a bad idea to start off with the getting hired path to create this stability, which will afford you the time to create your very own online business at a clip that doesn't stress you out, because you're not dependent on it to put food on the table and, of course, beer in the fridge. Now, again, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm here to give you options. And then from there, it's all up to you. Now, that's where this report comes in, the Choosing Your Path report that we have for you at the end of the masterclass. This will help you decide without a shadow of doubt which is for you by walking you through different decision processes and questions and stuff like that. And it's just a super easy booklet to go through that really nails down which one of these paths is for you. Secret number 2, experience and tech skills not required. So got no experience, no biggie. So earlier I told you that after countless hours and 16-hour days, my little app outfit started to make some money. And then that time was a serious battle and an ultimate test of my persistence. And at one point eating canned tuna in order to cover my rent. But also, I need to be honest, there's this pizza joint around here that serves up XLs for $8. So I lived on that quite a bit too. And I love my pie. But then I discovered during this hard time that, I discovered something that changed everything. So here it is. The only 2 ways to hit the top charts in the App Store. Number 1, reinvent the wheel. So you create something so unique that nobody's familiar with it, and then spend an ungodly amount of money to make people aware of it, understand why they have a problem, why this is the solution for that problem, and then to get them to give you money for it. That's number 1. That's the first path to the top charts. Number 2 is you emulate, you model what's already working. So you look deeply at the top apps in your market that people are already buying, and then you model what's working. You create something better, slightly different, twist on it, whatever it might be. You create something better. You're not copying, you're adding value. Now, remember my first app that I told you about, the one that cost me tens of thousands of bucks and was a total dud? Well, that app was an attempt at this, number one here, to reinvent the wheel. It was a brand new concept, which is why I originally thought it was such a clever idea, and then everybody wanted it. And it was the worst place to start a new business. It was absolutely the not smartest move I've made, but I didn't know. So when I finally figured out that I was gunning at the wrong one of these two methods, I changed my ways and made an app that quickly rose in the ranks, becoming the number three app in the entire US App Store. I mean, I could barely believe it myself. I mean, thank God that I had learned the secret of strategically emulating what's already working. Again, I'm not talking about copying. That is not cool. Those apps that we've had that have done really well have been completely copied. Like, I'm talking everything from the icon to the font to the flow, everything. That's not cool. But people are going to take our idea and then they're going to build upon it. I give them all the credit in the world. That's what you should do. Another thing about good competition like that is it keeps everybody honest, keeps everybody making their stuff better, you know? Anyways, but because I finally had this formula that worked, it didn't matter if I had years of experience. It didn't. That formula is what causes success, not previous experience. So previous experience does not matter when it comes to creating an online business or, in fact, freelancing, which we'll go through soon. So if you go deep into remote work with that formula in mind, you can become successful in whichever opportunity you choose without an ounce of experience. So let me give you an example to make this clear. This is a website called App Annie. It lets you sort the top apps by category, top free, paid, or grossing. So what you do is you go to App Annie and you click the different categories. And you'll see, and then you click grossing. So you go to grossing in the category and you see which apps are already doing well. You find the ones similar to the apps that you had in mind, or you use this list to get ideas. Then you examine everything in those similar apps so you can make a better version. And this is the key thing here. You know that people will be happy to pay for it. You know that because it's proven, because people are already paying for it, okay? That's why the previous experience thing doesn't matter. Now, here's another example. Let's say you want to do e-commerce. Okay, you want to sell goods online, which we have a wing under Journo that does 6 figures in that each year. So we're really into that too. You can do 2 cool things to spy on your competition and find who's selling stuff, why, and all the rest of it. So first is a somewhat hidden Amazon best-selling list. So you can't find this scrolling around on Amazon, but the URL is above there. Okay, it's got the weird ending. So you go there and you find stuff that's similar to what you're thinking about and you make it better, or you use it to get ideas. And you know, again, people will give you money for it because they want it. It's proven to you that they want it. And there are loads more of these online nooks where you can find the products that you know are selling. Now, we have all those for you if you'd like. Now, so if you worry about not having experience, then you can drop it. Just don't worry about the no experience thing. It doesn't matter once you understand that the most direct line to making any business work is by modeling what's already working. You want to be creative and make some novel product, then great. Start here, do what's already working, start making some money, and then you'll have time and you'll have income and you'll have the rest of it. And then you can create these new things that do really have the potential to skyrocket your business. But that's just not a good place to start because it's unproven. It's just too hard. Now, not a techie? Good. So if you're worried that you're at a disadvantage because you're not a tech wizard, you can drop that one too. So, I mean, I made over 40 apps to date, and I don't know a lick of coding. Completely Greek to me. When I first started, I thought I needed to learn how to code to create an app, so I bought an expensive program to learn. But literally within an hour, I threw in the towel. Not only did it seem like as hard as climbing Everest, I totally hated it. I'm like, this was not for me. So I decided to outsource that part instead, and I've never looked back. Out of all the options for remote work, making an app is easily one of the most technically difficult. And even that one, you could go about it without having to write even one line of code, for sure. Now, most of the jobs that we can tell you about, most jobs that we have in our club, that, you know, you can also research these things online, but most of these jobs, they don't have a steep learning curve. And so you can become proficient in no time with even a bit of dedication to it. So there is just no need to be technically inclined for this stuff. Sure, if you already have a certain tech skill that you can build income off, then great. That's super awesome. But you don't need to know a damn thing about all the tech stuff to get started. Now, let me give you an example to make this clear. Here's a website we use a lot called ClickFunnels. It's literally drag and drop. You use the ClickFunnels page to register for this webinar. And believe it or not, I built that page in like 45 minutes, an hour. I mean, let's say it's an hour and a half. Like, let's round it up. It's literally drag and drop. Like, I give you a couple hours inside their page editor, and you'll feel like a tech all-star. Like, your mind will be blown. And you can literally make any kind of website with them. And here's our Shopify editor. This is how you edit the homepage of Shopify. It's the same thing. You click a section, you change the color, you upload a pic. It's a piece of cake. In fact, the other night, my wife, who's a teacher, has a really cool app called Go Teach, which helps teachers schedule their lesson plans, events, tasks, and pretty much everything else. So we decided to make some funny e-com print-on-demand stuff that teachers will eat up. So funny t-shirts and mugs and stuff like that with hilarious teacher sayings. And so she went out, grabbed a bottle of wine, and we put together her online shop in 2 hours. Yeah, seriously. We walk our members who join the club every step through all of this. But I tell you, these tools just make it pretty damn simple. Like, you do not need experience. You can do this. These tools make the hard stuff easy. Now, some of the coolest kind of tools and sites, the ones that automate things for you, excuse me, that allow a one-person shop to run like there's 10 employees. These are the coolest things. They do so much legwork for you day in and day out. A couple of my favorites are Aweber and Zapier. So Aweber runs all of our email automation. So think of it like this. Someone signs up for your email list or they buy a product from you, whatever it might be, and you can automatically provide them with more ongoing value and offer them more cool stuff to buy. So you set it up once and you make money on autopilot. It's another thing that we go through in more depth in the club, but there's a lot of information out there if you'd like on how to do just that. And then Zapier simply automates anything you can think of. You set it up once in Zapier, and then you let the magic of technology take care of it for you. Like here, an obscure example is you can have it so that your shopping list automatically goes to the grocer who delivers in your area, and that gets sent to your house, and payment is made. Like you set it up once, and then every week you get groceries to your house. But that's just like, I'm talking anything. So now that I've shown you that you can do remote work without any experience and without having any tech skills whatsoever, are you getting excited about this? Because this is, I hope that I'm making it clear that you can do this. Awesome. Yeah, good. And as you can see, if you can move a mouse around a computer, you can use every single tool that we use in our business with ease. And that tech stack that we have later on for you lays out all those tools for you, which is cool. So you don't have to go research the best of the best. It's all there for you as well. You get that at the end. Now, secret number 3, how to get people lined up to pay you. This is a big one for people. So this isn't about chasing or spamming people. This is about how to easily offer something so damn good that people will line up to give you money for it. Now, we covered both the people who are interested in freelancing and those who want to start their own biz, but we're going to take this one by one. Okay. So for the freelancers, for the people who want to get hired, you're probably thinking, so if I find a type of freelancing work that I love, I have no idea how to get someone to hire me over the next person. Why would they hire me as a beginner over someone else? If you're thinking that, then the answer is summed up in one word: positioning. This is powerful stuff, and this applies to many, many things outside of freelancing that you can take with you. Positioning is so important in life. People will pay you most. They will fight to work with you based on your position in the market. It starts with generalists, and then it goes to specialists, authority, and then celebrity. Okay, in every single market, and then every single sub niche and all the rest of it. So you think about doctors. This is a good example. A general physician is not going to get paid as much as a specialist because, well, they're better. A specialist is better at one thing, and so they deserve a higher wage to do that one thing. Okay. Now, I bet you're already thinking that's great, but it takes a long time to work up the ladder and build better positioning. And that's you would think that would be correct, but that's not. So not so fast there either. Sure, you're not going to start at the top. You know, you're not. But because you don't have the skills or the proof of work to prove that to anybody. But here's how to instantly position yourself as a specialist, at least on the second rung there. So first, obviously, you need to choose the type of work that you will take on as a freelancer. So once you have that, you need to be very specific in that. Okay. And we're going to give you many different ideas inside the club, but there's more as well inside your tech stack. Okay, on this kind of thing. So don't worry about the exact type of work right now. Just understand the strategy that I'm laying out for you here. So second, now that you know exactly what your specialty will be, you want to salt the jars. So when bartending, we used to put a $5 bill, a $10 bill, and a $20 bill in the different tip jars on our bar at the beginning of a shift. Now, because the thing is, the beginning of a shift, the jars are empty because you just started, right? So what this does, that it tells people that it's okay to tip. Okay, they call it salting the jars. I learned it from an old bartender. Not only does it tell people that it's okay to tip, it tells people that it's okay to tip $20. Because if all there is quarters and loonies or $1 bills in there, then most of the time you're going to get those. You might get a 5, but no one's going to throw a 10, and everybody else is just giving 1s and 2s, right? So the way that you do this for freelancing is on the site that you have your freelancing profile, whether it's Guru, and again, all this is in the tech stack, whether it's Guru or Freelancer, you hire a friend. You get a friend to hire you. So you do legitimate work. You ask your someone that you know that's wants some stuff done that you can provide, and you do a service for them and you nail it. Okay. And then once you nail it, you get them to write a review and a testimonial on that work. And then it goes right onto your profile on the site as 5 stars. And what that tells everybody else that comes there, that you have proven yourself and that it's okay to hire you. Just like a $5 bill is okay. It tells people it's okay to tip. This tells people that you're okay to get hired. This is so powerful because now you're not starting at the beginning. Again, like, do a real work for the people. Make sure it's an honest testimonial because you'll nail it, right? And that will just take you so much farther out the gate. If you can get a few people to do that, then even better. But one is really all you need. And then third, for the positioning of freelancers, you will craft a killer freelancer profile that separates you from all of your competition. Okay. You can find some scripts like this online. We obviously give it all the scripts and stuff for our members, but you can find stuff like this, high converting freelancing profile templates and stuff like that. And then that's super powerful because all your competition probably don't know how to write that thing, and they didn't care to take the time to focus on why that matters, and then how to craft it in a way that makes new potential clients want to hire you. And then fourth, you will charge in the higher range for the type of work that you're capable of. Okay. So people equate price with value. And so you don't want to start super low. You want to start a little higher. And then people will want to actually hire you more because of it, which is another counterintuitive thing, but it's true. Then lastly, you will write gig proposals that blow your clients' minds. So another thing that we provide in the club, but you can find variations online. So these subconsciously make people want to hire you over everyone else, even though, and partly because you charge on the higher range. So these proposals are so well crafted that when they read your proposal as compared to somebody else's, it's just like a no competition kind of thing. Like, they want you. I guarantee 99% of your competition has no idea how to position themselves. I mean, I've hired countless freelancers online, and you can easily position yourself better than most of them in a heartbeat. And this is how you get off on the right foot in as quick a way as possible. This is why you don't need to spend years building a portfolio. This is why you can get hired at a great rate in no time by simply being strategic about it. Okay. Now, so you get people to pay you, starting your own line, starting your own biz. So you're probably thinking, if you're looking down this path, that you'd love, I'd love to create my own online business, but I have no idea how to get people to my site to buy something, right? Well, let me show you how to eliminate those worries right now. So step one, the first thing you need is a product that people want to buy. Because even if you get them to the site, they don't want the product, good luck, right? And I went through finding hot products people are already buying by the boatload earlier. You use that. You figure out the products that are going to sell. And then step two, Now that you have a product and you know people want to buy it, you need to get the traffic to your shop where you sell it. So the tech stack has many different tools that you can use to get more traffic. But let's dissect this. Okay, there are 3 types of traffic. Okay, number 1, traffic you control. This is advertising, joint ventures, etc. Number 2, traffic you don't control. This is social media, SEO, etc. And then traffic you own is email list, text message list, phone numbers, followers online, and Facebook Messenger. Okay, so to recap, traffic you control is ads and joint ventures and stuff like that. So the reason you can control it is that if you want to spend more money, you can get more traffic. You can control the amount of traffic by controlling how much you spend. Traffic you don't control, social media and SEO, is that you don't dictate who's going to see that stuff. If you're creating content on a website, Google decides how high you rank. And we have tips for that inside the club. You can search SEO all day long, and there's plenty of information out there. Google will decide how high you rank, and one day you might be on page 1, and then the next day might be on page 3, and you might not get any visitors from that one listing. Okay, that's why you don't control it, because it's too random. Same with social media. One post might do well and be seen by lots of people, because these social media networks, they snowball the stuff that people are already engaging with, right? So if another post doesn't do as well, then you're not going to get the traffic. So you don't control it. And then traffic you own is when you get people to your site, you turn them into email list and iMessage, not iMessage, Facebook Messenger followers and stuff like that. So your number 1 goal with traffic, okay, please write this down, is to turn traffic you control and traffic you don't control into traffic that you own. And that's because once you own that traffic, you can continue to serve them over time without having to start from scratch. Okay, we simply don't have time to go into each one of these types here this morning, but I'm really trying to cram everything into this masterclass for you guys. But let me just walk through this in one more time. So once you have people on your email list, you don't have to fight for them again to come to your site. Okay, you can send out a message about a new product that you have, or a new article that you have, or whatever it is. You own that traffic. You don't have to fight for it again. And so rather than focusing solely on just getting traffic, your goal is to first set up your site to collect that traffic into traffic that you own. And then there are many, many ways to get some traffic to your site. And it doesn't need a lot. And then they start buying, they start opting in to your lists, and then you can start selling them over time. This is really a snowball effect. And that's why you don't have to worry about this, because once you get this, then you don't have a traffic problem anymore. You just don't. You have the product and you have people that want to buy it. Okay, but let's talk about the free traffic, because I know you're still curious, like, okay, well, that's all great, but tell me how to get free traffic, right? And that's cool. So let's talk about that. Free traffic you don't control. So this is stuff that is like social media traffic and SEO traffic and video traffic from YouTube. So each one of these will take time. And the more content that you create, the quicker things will go for you. And then it's a flywheel effect. And then the more content, the more traffic, the more content, the more traffic, and things just get better over time. But it does take time and effort. But it's worth it, because you're building an asset that will continue to grow over time. Again, flywheel. And you will get more traffic by the day, making you more money by the day. But this is crucial. You need to first identify who your target audience is, and then go where they are and focus specifically on growing your presence in that one place. You don't spread yourself too thin by going everywhere. You go to where your target audience is. So let's say, there's a really clear example. Let's say that you are selling accessories for hunting, like for guns, okay? And let's say that you know that your market is like 70 or 80% male. You're probably not going to focus on Pinterest, right? You're not, because they're not there. Whereas if your market is brides to be, Pinterest might be the perfect place to go. And then you focus solely on Pinterest. Okay, so you find out which platform your ideal buyer is most likely on over the others. And then you work on that one to the exclusion of the others. You don't have enough time to spread yourself too thin to get the traffic that you want, which is what a lot of people do. So you focus on one, and you will get far more traffic from the people you really want to land on your site. So it's valuable traffic too. And if you still want to hit the other networks, then you can quickly create an account on a site like buffer.com, which then sends out the new content that you make automatically to the other social media networks. So you can focus on one, let's say it's Facebook or it's Instagram, but then everything that you post can get automatically sent to, Pinterest and Twitter and wherever else without you having to do it. So it's getting you a little more traffic, but it's not your focus. It's not diluting your focus either. Okay. And then circling back around to your number one traffic goal, you want to get them on your list. So the most popular lists you can own are email, phone, text, and then Facebook Messenger. So you probably don't want to be calling people. So phone, it can be out there. And then texting is touchy because people's text app is very private. So you have to navigate with extreme care. So let's just drop that one for now. So what's left? So email, which is far from dead, and then Messenger, which you convert through what are called opt-in forms or send to messenger buttons. And then the tools we use in the tech stack at the end of this masterclass for you will lay out how exactly to do that. But you want to hear the best part about traffic is that you don't need a lot of it. You really don't. You just need about 100 clicks a day to know what's working and to continue to improve and to start making some money. And you can do that easy. And we have plenty of ways to show you how to do that inside the club, or you can find out online. So as you can see, you can get enough free traffic that getting people to your shop isn't a concern anymore. And then all you have, and now you have an understanding of how traffic works and then where to get it from. Okay. Now we've gone over a lot here. So let me tie this all together for you. So phase one, this is the 3-phase process that I was talking about earlier. So phase one is belief, like knowing you can do this and then picking a path. Okay. Phase two is positioning if you're a freelancer, and then finding hot products if you start your own business. Okay. And then phase three is writing killer proposals if you're a freelancer, and then getting free traffic if you're starting an online business. Like that's it. It's that simple. You take it one phase at a time. First, you pick your path, and then you figure out what your specialty is if you're a freelancer. Then you write killer proposals online. Boom, you're getting hired. Like, look at the tech stack, look at the different sites, create profiles. Boom, you're like, you can do this, and in no time. Starting your own business, believe you can do it. You can. You pick the audience you want to sell to. You find the hot product for that audience. Then you get free traffic. You turn them into leads. You continue to market to them over time, and you just continue to grow. And you can get started in no time as well. Now, do you think that this can work for you? Like, tell me, will this work for you? Write it in the chat box there. Awesome. Yeah. Right. Because yes, awesome. So if you've followed what I showed you in Secret One, and you started with a vetted idea that was perfect for your current lifestyle, personality, and goals, and then you did what I showed you in Secret Two, and you used our tech stack and scripts so you don't have to start from scratch, and then you used secret number 3 to get free traffic and have people lined up to pay you, like, do you think that you could be successful at this? Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question. I mean, how many of you are excited about what we just talked about, right? But are you feeling a little overwhelmed because we've covered so much? Did it feel like drinking from a fire hose? I mean, it's been a very, very full 45, 50 minutes here. And it's impossible to show you everything in this time frame. But if I had a way to continue this conversation with you, if I had a way for you to take all of this and implement it in the simplest, fastest, step-by-step way possible, would you like that? Tell me. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now, I want to know, is it okay with you if I spend a few minutes going over a very special offer that I created to help you implement this 3-phase process? So whether it's freelancing or start your own business, so you can also become a digital nomad like so many of our other students. Can I go through that with you? Right on. Okay. Well, I'm excited about showing you this because it's specifically for you as an insider and as a journaler, and no one else has offered this outside this masterclass. Like, this is what I'm going to share with you right now is like for you here right now, and that's the truth. So here's what you're going to get: a very special journaler only offer to join the Remote Work Wealth Club. This is our premium service that's got everything you need to get started, begin earning, and scale your income in the shortest, easiest way possible. So here's what you get. The heart of the entire course, we've curated the most robust list of 12 of the smartest remote work opportunities around, and they all fit what we call our 5 quick win criteria. So then these opportunities that we walk you through have to, one, you have to be able to, or anyone should be able to do it. So it's easy and simple to understand. 2, you should be able to start every opportunity from a laptop anywhere in the world. So fully remote. 3, you can choose to work part-time or on weekends. Work as much or little as you want. 4, the opportunity should not require much startup capital, if any. And then 5, you should be able to make at least 50 to 500 bucks per hour if you begin the freelancing route, or will generate passive income if you start your own thing. Okay. This is valued at $2,997. This is, I'm talking, there's so much content, a video, text, audio, there's so much there, but it's like, it's not overwhelming because we walk you through it all step by step. Next, you get interviews with the experts. So this is in-depth interviews with digital nomads who are already killing it in their specific field, friends of ours or us, or different people that we've connected with, different people in our community that are doing well. This is like the frontline insights, secrets, and hacks that you won't get anywhere else. Value is $497. Now we got the traffic secrets valued at $597. If you choose to start your own biz path, then no sweat on the traffic. We go into that, what we discussed earlier in far more detail, walk you through everything. So you get our top traffic secrets that will help you get high quality, very important, high quality and consistent, also very important, traffic day in and day out. Again, valued at $597. Now, if you're looking to get hired, we got you covered with our positioning and persuasion secrets that are sure to land you heaps of great high-paying gigs. Full, detailed templates for every sticking point so you can breeze through. Like, we make it real easy. Valued at $597. Checklists, scripts, templates. We'll arm you with all the tools you need. I'm talking like the scripts, copywriting secrets, worksheets, and other docs that just make everything ahead of you that much easier. That's a $397 value. Some of the main opportunities we go through in the club are types of businesses we run under the Journo umbrella. So what we have is something that we call the monthly What's Working Now updates. So these are updates that are essentially what's working in our business, leading you to the most time sensitive and important tactics, tricks, and tools that are moving the needle right now. Like, this is big. People are loving it. Valued at $497. And then this one is massive. I'm going to give 3 months one-on-one coaching personally with me. This will be 20 minutes bi-weekly for the first 3 months, which comes to 2 hours of coaching time. So my app consultation rate is $800 an hour. So even at $600 an hour, this is worth $1,200. I don't have the bandwidth to do this forever, but right now I'm including this because I just want so badly for you to succeed, and I know that there's no better way to help you get through your sticking points than like this, especially at the beginning. So that's a total value of $6,782. Again, you get the masterclasses, $3,000 value, interviews, $500, the traffic secrets, $600, getting hired secrets, $600, checklist, scripts, templates, $400, monthly What's Working Now updates, $500, the one-on-one coaching, $1,200, total value $6,782. Now, tell me, if all this club did was cut through all the noise out there and help you create a side hustle of your very own. I'm talking something that you love, something that as you continue to build, it gives you more power over your schedule and freedom to do what you want when you want. Would that be worth it? Yeah. Awesome. Now, if all this system did was help you earn even an extra $1,000 a month, okay, $12,000 a year in and year out, so you can eliminate some of your money worries and travel a heck of a lot more. Would that be worth it? Awesome. So as you can see, it could be worth 67.82 for sure. But even at $997, which is what we charge the public, if you will go online right now, that's what you'd see. Even at $997, that's a great deal compared to it being worth, almost 7,000, right? But because you're already a member of our community, okay, because you either use our apps, you read our emails, you share our stuff, we do everything we can for this travel junkie community. And I want to make you a very special offer. I'm not going to charge you one payment of $997. I'm going to charge you just $697. Okay. That's $300 off the price, and is only available right here, right now. Now, let me put this into perspective for you. If you went to the website right now, it would cost you $1,000. But because you've invested this much time with me and you've proven that you really want to make this remote work lifestyle a reality, I'm making this special offer just for this webinar. Also, we've built this club so that you can run everything entirely by yourself. I mean, that's right. You don't have to hire an expensive team to build your site and figure out how to get clients on your own. We have it all there for you. And because you're learning how to do this yourself, and I'm giving you all the tools and resources to make it happen fast, you only pay $697. So at this point, you have two choices. Okay. Choice number one is you do nothing. If you do nothing with the information that you've learned over the last hour, what will you get? I mean, yeah, I hope that you'll get a lot. I think you got a lot out of it. You have the formula for getting started, but then what? Okay. Or you can choose to take a leap of faith. You can just test out the club and see if it works for you. And we'll let you do that without any worries whatsoever, because we have an unbeatable guarantee in place. In fact, we have two. So we have the 60-day money back guarantee. If you're not stoked for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, whatever reason it might be, we will refund you 100%, refund your investment 100% in full. Okay. 60 days, satisfaction guarantee. But not only that, this is what's so different about this club as well, is that we have what's called a success payback guarantee. There's nothing better than writing these checks. Once you start earning $2,000 a month doing what you learned in the club, we write you a check for your tuition in full. That essentially lands this entire thing completely free. That's how badly we want you to succeed, and how we don't want you to just be a tire kicker and get the information and not use it. We want there to be really strong incentive for you to use it, because that's how we know that you'll have a better life if you use it and then you make this a reality, right? So we got two crazy guarantees here for you that just put all the onus on us, and then they even land you your investment back. It's pretty great. But let me do you one better, okay? We got a limited time bonus that we added now, and that is a lifetime subscription to Journo. This is sweet. So right now, it currently sells for $299 if you want to buy it in the app or online on the site. But it is priceless for everything that's involved. I don't even have time to go into what is included in a lifetime membership to Journo, but it is vast. Okay, teaming up your membership with the Remote Work Wealth Club and a lifetime access to Journo literally gives you everything you need for travel. Like, that's it. The club teaches you how to make money so you can travel anywhere in the world. The app lets you track, book, travel cheaper, travel better. I'm talking everything else. Like, it's the 1-2 punch. It's everything. And this crazy bonus is only available with this offer. But don't take it from us. Take it from a few of our members. So we got Jake here. It doesn't take long to realize that you're in the remote room with remote rock stars, and they want you to be a part of the band. The network and resources available in the Remote Work Wealth Club position you to be at the forefront of this no longer crazy notion of working from wherever you want to be. With their help, I know that I'm much closer to the work I love and the life adventure I want. That's Jake. I'm loving the Remote Work Wealth Club. The in-depth layout of the club and the mixture of video and text is very helpful. Yeah, that's Alexander. We try to cover all the grounds, and some things are better in video to walk you through online, and some things are better in text so you can just reference it easier. So we do it all. And we got Rebecca. So anyone wishing they could take back their life, live nomadically, or just earn some extra on the side to do whatever, should definitely take the course offered by Journo and the Remote Work Wealth Club. The material is thorough, detailed, workable, and really gets you thinking about your skill set and what you have to offer that is unique, worthy, and suitable for this niche of a marketplace. They take you through the process step by step and provide support along the way. I'm glad you mentioned that, because once you become a member, you get your own concierge, your own membership concierge that you have direct access to at any time. But you also have access to me even outside of the coaching. Although I won't be as as readily reachable as your concierge, but we do definitely care enough to provide you support anytime you need. Okay. Back to Rebecca here. I was blown away when they sent me my first buck all the way to Sweden to encourage and symbolically show me this would be the first of many to come when I put this package together for myself. So I shouldn't have read that part. It's a little bonus there, a little surprise that I just blew. But anyway, small thing. Dane offers so many options and ideas and actual addresses, links, sites to get you going. The guesswork isn't necessary. If you can't make it work, it won't be the fault of Journo. I highly recommend this course to anyone looking to take command of their own life and live outside the box. We got Gemma. The impact of what you've written on my well-being has just been mind-blowing. I quit my job the other week with no job to go to so that I can work remotely and enjoy my life on my terms. The anxiety I've been feeling since I made the plunge, which has at times been crippling, has all but gone. And I know that if it returns, I just need to read your extremely supportive and positive tone and it will be quashed again. I'm not mad. This can be done. And she's doing it, by the way. With Remote Work Wealth Club, I was able to take a deep dive on many of the remote work possibilities. I knew about the possibilities prior, but Remote Wealth Club painted such a clear picture. It was easy for me to compare different types of work and evaluate the kind of fit they would be for me. I was quickly able to sort out the ones that were of no interest, and then from there, able to determine which kinds of work would be a fit for me. So Meg is doing really cool things too now. We got Richard. Your course materials and instructions are well done. I've enjoyed exploring the possibilities while I determine what direction I want to take. And we got Lisa. Lisa Journo and Dane Hominick's Remote Work Wealth Club is life-changing. I've been working in an office job for years, just waiting for this opportunity and didn't even know it existed. Dane and his team provide detailed step-by-step instructions for how to build your own remote work life. And I'm glad you mentioned life there. Because we encompass far more than just the work. We talk about how to better have the work-life balance. We actually talk about a lot about finances and stuff like that too. We try to make this puppy to cover everything that remote work people go through and that they need. Okay. The instruction provided is clear and encouraging. It takes the guesswork out of building your own remote work income to give you the freedom to travel the world. Dane and the crew at Journo are very helpful and have answered all my questions along the way. They want me to succeed. It feels great to have all the folks at Journo in my corner, and they would be the same for you if you join. So insider price, this is your $300 off if you join today. Just go to the website below and you'll be on your way to extra income and easy retirement and unlimited travel. And one more thing is we've actually added a payment plan, a very simple payment plan to make this even more bite-sized if you would like, up to you. But the option is there for you. I just really hope to see you on the inside, because if this is the kind of life that you want to be living, then, as they say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. And if you want to, if you want this, just get started, right? Get off the fence and get started. We have the guarantees that, you don't have to worry about it. If you're not happy, money back, no problems. But I just really hope that we can serve you and we can make this a reality. And then, I just can't wait to see what you make of it. Now, I have taken a full hour. We've covered a lot. So thank you to all you guys for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. So let's do a little Q&A here. Ask away. Just plop it in the chat box there. And we'll answer a couple questions, but I won't take much time. You can reach us if you'd like. You can reach me, Dane, at journohq.com or support@journohq.com if you have any additional questions, but let's just answer a couple here. So, okay, good question. So what types of opportunities are there? There are many. So we split the 12 opportunities into 6 start your own biz and then 6 freelancing. So for freelancing right now, we have a really great place to start is our executive virtual assistant. So teach you how to become a virtual assistant to executives, which is a higher paying virtual assistant. I've had VAs for a long time and have one now who's just extremely wonderful. And it can be very high paying, and it's just fun. You're always doing different things. So we teach you how to do that. It's a rather low barrier to entry, especially if you use, but you can get higher paying gigs, especially if you use the scripts that we have for you. Um, we have a copywriting. We have a copywriting masterclass. And when I say masterclass, it's not like this masterclass today. It's not just an hour video. It's like hours and hours and hours of video and text and tons of lessons walking you from the very beginning to the very end. So we do copywriting. What else is there? There's lots. We do on the e-commerce side. We have on the starting with biz side, we have e-commerce stuff. So we have drop shipping, which is a really great business model for e-commerce because you only have to buy the product after it's been paid for. And then we have print on demand, which is also the same thing, because what we did at Journo is we sell like quite a bit of stuff on Amazon. But to do so, you have to ship like tons of product to Amazon's warehouse. And the problem with that is that it costs a lot of money to like get this stuff made, and then you have all this money sitting in product in a warehouse. Whereas print on demand and drop shipping, that you don't have to do that. You can create like $1 million e-commerce business without owning any stock. That's like the tools that are out there nowadays for this kind of stuff. It's incredible. Obviously we have one that walks you through the apps, creating an app business. Yeah, there's plenty, and there's more to come. The next one that's coming out is affiliate marketing. So through primarily content sites. So you create a content site around a passion that you have, as long as there's good affiliate products that you can promote through that site, and then you can make money without actually creating your own products. Walk you through all that. That one's coming out. It's gonna be really great. Yeah, so plenty. Okay. One more question here. Okay. Yeah. So about just the payment plan. The question was the cost of it. So it's 3 payments. So instead of $697 at once, it's broken up into 3 payments that I believe are $237 or something like that. You'll see it on there, but it's just monthly payments. So you still get the 60-day money back guarantee. So as long as you cancel within 60 days, then, obviously that you get the money back. But again, like we give those guarantees because, we believe that will blow your mind inside. And you'll stick with us because you'll just see how small of an investment this actually was to get what you get, for the lifestyle you'll be able to create because of it. Okay, I think I've taken enough of your time. I really, really appreciate you sticking with me here. You'll get an email shortly with those 2 bonuses for sticking around, for those of you that did. And yeah, I really hope to see you on the inside if this is something that you want to do. Yeah, join us, and we'll talk soon.